But moving on to another issue which requires urgent attention in this House, does she agree with the Foreign Secretary that following the issuing of an arrest warrant for the Israeli opposition leader, Mrs. Livni, Parliament needs to look urgently at ways in which the system might be changed? That is what the Foreign Secretary said. While we're all agreed that allegations of human rights violations by all sides of the Gaza conflict need to be addressed, how is Britain meant to play a leading role in the Middle East peace process if Israeli politicians can't visit Britain without fear of arrest?
Well, I thank him for his support for the words of the Foreign Secretary. We should be in no doubt that it's important for Israel's leaders to be able to talk to government ministers in this country. They are important strategic partners, and we need to make sure the situation is as the Foreign Secretary said it should be.
Mr. William Hague.
Well, can the Leader of the House shed a bit more light on this? Because when the 2001 International Criminal Court Act was introduced, it was never meant by anyone in this House to obstruct normal diplomatic business like the vital work of the Middle East peace process. Senior serving politicians, who we all need to talk to every day, were not meant to be affected in this way, as we understand it. Can she say whether magistrates are applying the law correctly? And if they're not interpreting the law correctly, will the government give fresh advice on that? And if they are interpreting the law correctly, what are the government going to do about it? And when is a minister going to come to the House to report on this and say what they propose to do?
Well, I think I'm in a position to tell the House that we agree and our objectives are those that which he set out, and ministers will be looking at it and making sure that the situation is resolved.
Mr. William Hague.
Well, I thank the Leader of the House for that, Mr. Speaker, and I hope they will do so quickly and report to the House when it comes back.
Bob Marshall-Andrews.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. On the subject of the Geneva Convention Act, will my right honourable friend take this opportunity to reassert the principle of judicial independence and in particular the power of the courts to issue criminal process against anybody, whatever side they are on, whatever their status, their rank or their influence, against whom good prima facie evidence has been laid?
Of course that is the case. The courts act judicially, they act independently under the framework of law, both national and international law, and we have to make sure that we not only guarantee judicial independence, but we have the right legal framework.